Gear Patrol calls their new dive watch the best sub-$500 dive watch. Full stop. Men's Health rated them as the most stylish solar watch in the game. Who are we talking about? It's Movement. They're leveling up your gift giving with the sleekest watches you can buy and the biggest deals of the season. From their innovative ceramic materials to sexy automatic divers, from ultra-thin dress watches to solar-powered statement pieces, and everything in between, Movement is making sure you're the good gifter this year, for your family, your friends, or for yourself. And now you can take advantage of 30 to 50% off Movement's California clean watches, jewelry, and accessories to get them a gift they'll never forget. With fast, free shipping and returns and amazing bang for your buck, Movement makes for a relaxed shopping experience. And with one-size-fits-all watches, it's an easy, elegant gifting experience too. Shop 30 to 50% off now at mvmt.com. That's mvmt.com.
Right now, new and current customers can get any phone for free at US Cellular, so you can connect with all your family members this holiday season. You could even call your aunt who always makes you talk to your cousin, who's a dog. Or, maybe just send her a festive text. Get the gift of connection at US Cellular. Get any phone free today. US Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
We value human connection with fewer distractions. US Cellular, built for us. Visit your US Cellular authorized agent, Cellular Advantage, located at 918 South Locust Street in Glenwood.
Hey guys, welcome to the 12th episode of Three Terrible Gamers podcast. I am here with just Colin again.
Hey guys.
Rylan is MIA again, so just remember him. All right, we have a lot to talk about. We took a break last week. I was traveling, and Colin, he's busy this weekend, but he made time where I didn't last week.
I like you guys better than Ashton.
That's right. But that's all right. We had a lot to catch up, and if we have time, we'll throw in some from this week as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. So a long time ago, it started out that there weren't game-exclusive consoles like for the NES or SNES. Now, then, like with the 64 and the GameCube era, they kind of done a little bit of mixing in, and even the Wii some, but they fell out of it with like the Wii U and stuff like that. So what do you think about with the Switch getting a bunch of game exclusive consoles?
Well, what I think about it I'm not going to necessarily just focus on the Switch on this one. I'm going to focus on pretty much all the gaming companies there is, like I guess Tech went a major free in between Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation, because PlayStation's doing the same thing too. I think Switch is doing the Pokemon versions, the new Pokemon games that just came out. But personally, I think they should focus on, especially like the Xbox and PlayStation, because I think PlayStation's getting like God of War, like one from PS5. I think they should focus on being able to get their normal consoles fully stocked for everybody before they start trying to focus on the exclusive editions, because they're definitely going to run out of those.
Right. So you're saying with where the Series X PS5 is hard to find as it is, the exclusive ones will be even harder to find.
Exactly. So it's just like one of those things, like I said, they should master it. Granted, other than in the middle of the pandemic, I don't really think Nintendo had a hard time selling consoles, and they usually keep pretty well in stock.
Yeah. They're the best out of the three companies, but being able to keep their consoles in stock.
But I think Nintendo will be the trailblazer with the reintroduction of it, because all the companies now are getting back into it, and we've had this, I would say since the PS4, and because even this normal Switch didn't even have, like when Switch first came out, it didn't even have the exclusive consoles. They just slowly introduced like the different Joy-Cons, but
right.
I think that I mean, so you think it's been since the PS4 and Xbox One era that we've technically haven't had an exclusive consoles?
Yeah, because Xbox, they had the Halo Xbox One, and
Hmm.
then they had like I think it was a Call of Duty Advanced Warfare Xbox One.
I
They had
think
like a
so.
Gears, I think it was a Gears 5 Xbox One. They have a bunch of different Xbox Ones.
Yep.
And Sony, I believe they had a Spider-Man PS4 or PS4 Pro, whatever it was, and then some other games.
God of War. They had another God of War one, which
Another
I mean,
God of
I
War.
mean, they always do a God of War one anytime there's a new release for it.
I mean, that's just yeah. I mean, it's just a sale for them
But as we said in a previous podcast, it's that's basically their mascot.
at the moment.
Yeah.
Whether they drop them like they did Spyro or Crash, we'll see. But as of right now, it's their mascot.
Yeah, but like I said, I think everyone should master the normal stock of their consoles before they start doing exclusives, unless that's what they're banking on, is being able to focus on making their plain Jane ones, and then just having the exclusives out there for a little bit higher price tag and people buying those.
Right. Right. Yeah. I see what you're coming from, but I'd say like when they do get the stock organized and everything, I'd like to see more because we haven't had any really good ones for a while. Companies that really fell away from it. Now Nintendo, I'm gonna focus more on them. I say from Nintendo, we need a lot more of them because, like you said, they're good about keeping their consoles pretty well in stock. Now, when the OLED first came out, they was having trouble, but now you can go to almost any Walmart or Target and see an OLED.
Yep.
So, but I need from Nintendo, I need a Zelda themed Switch, not Joy Cons like they did with Skyward Sword. I need a full out Switch, dock, everything. I don't know why they haven't done that. They've done a bunch of different ones for the 3DS, Zelda themed.
I'm going to say prediction wise, they'll probably do it with Tears of the Kingdom since
You think
their
so?
reintroduction with Pokemon.
Maybe. I'm surprised they didn't Breath of the Wild, but I understand that was a launch title and they, were just trying to get it out the door and everything. But so we got a Mario Red Switch. It wasn't the V1 Switch, but it wasn't OLED. It was the V2 with the better battery for the
Yeah.
Mario Red Switch. But it didn't have anything really Mario on it. It was just Mario colored. But I still consider
Yeah.
that Mario themed. That Animal Crossing one, it had actual like pictures on the dock of Animal Crossing, and then the Joy Cons were like a light blue and a light green to match the theme of Animal Crossing. And then we got a Splatoon 3 Switch. Did you see it?
I actually didn't.
Yeah, it looks pretty nice. It looks really nice. And then Fortnite, they even got their own set of Joy Cons a while ago for a Switch. It was like a blue and a yellow Joy-Con color. I think it wasn't a full-out Switch. It was just Joy-Cons. But from Nintendo, I need a Zelda Switch, and I'd even like to see like even maybe a Bayonetta Switch. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, since they bought them out. And a
Yeah,
sponsorship. A sponsorship would be nice too, Nintendo.
yeah, that would be really nice. If you just want to give some money, but
We,
whatever.
t- we talk about you enough.
Yeah, we help you sell your products. You should help us out.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, but that's what I feel about it. Just we need more Zelda
Yeah,
stuff.
it
They
would be nice to
this
have more Zelda stuff.
I don't want to say this generation with the Switch has been dry on Zelda because we've got Breath of the Wild, we've got Link's Awakening remake, and we got Skyward Sword remaster. But it seemed, which you could say the same thing, I guess, for even Mario. Like we haven't got a whole lot of Mario like we usually do either. But it's
Well,
just,
they've mainly been focusing with the Rapids with Mario. Like, we
yeah,
haven't got a techno-based Mario game.
that's too RPG for me. I don't like, I didn't like the first one that well. It's too much of an RPG.
Oh, yeah. No, I knew the Rabbids series when they was by themselves, but once they combined with Mario, I'm just like, that's a weird combination.
Yeah, and Mario having a gun, I'm surprised Nintendo approves that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a real
Unless,
gun, but you know.
yeah, as you say, it's kind of like a Ryland statement, kind of almost like a paintball gun type of situation.
Yeah, I'd still like to see that.
Yeah.
All right. If you don't have anything else, we'll move on. The Google Stadia streaming service is officially discontinued from Google. They are refunding players' hardware costs and software. So, what do you think about the Google Stadia platform being officially dead?
So it's dead temporarily from the research I was doing because they are refunding people right now in hopes that they'll come back because they are prepping for a more updated system from the research that I found straight from Google.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to, and it shows that they care about their customers because they're like, okay, I'm going to refund you now, hoping that I can make this console better or another console, rather, cloud streaming, whatever they're going to wind up doing it. But that tells them that, hey, yeah, we're worth to come back on because even if we mess up, we're going to pay you back.
Yeah, that says a lot about Google right there, that they're willing to pay the customers back. A lot of companies just be like, you paid for it, I don't care. You lost your money.
Exactly. And a lot of companies do. And the fact that Google's doing that, if they do manage to come out with another type of game streaming thing in the future, I say a lot more people will go back to it just because of that perk.
Yeah. Well, Google Stadia, it was a I think it was for Google, it was a testing market to be into the video game.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so them deciding to do it on a cloud streaming service exclusively, like Xbox is doing X Cloud, but they still have a console. But Google coming out of the gate with a streaming service, I don't think the world has good enough Wi-Fi everywhere just yet for that to be something that everybody's going to pick up and do. I mean, it is convenient to be able to play, say, Destiny 2 on my iPhone if I just go to Google Chrome and sign up for Google Stadia. That's pretty cool. But not everybody has good enough Wi-Fi to do that just yet in the world.
Or not enough cell phone companies have unlimited streaming at no extra cost type of situation as well,
Right.
too.
There's still companies that allow you to only have like 20 gigabytes a month.
Yeah.
And
At
then,
whatever speed that they have, and then that slows down to like 100, slows down to kilobytes per second
right.
afterwards.
Yeah, see, it's just the world, I don't think is ready for that yet. In the future, maybe, but cloud streaming and actually playing the game natively are two completely different things. The graphics are so much better natively. It runs smoother natively. Just we're not ready for it yet, and I don't know if I'll ever be ready for that to be the only way for me to play a game.
Yeah, because we like having the physical copies.
Right. And that's just taking digital a little too far in my opinion.
Yeah, but you think if they was going to take off with it, they would have took off with it because it did release right when the pandemic hit.
Yeah, and you think when the pandemic hit, people's not going to go out to stores and buy a physical game, which they could buy it digitally on their consoles. But if they don't have the console, I mean, yeah, you can order stuff online and stuff, but I'm just saying it should have went up more than it did during the pandemic.
Yeah, but yet again, it could be also one of those things because anytime there's a quote unquote new thing, people are hesitant to get it until a lot of people test it out first.
Yeah, and Google just has a reputation of, I think that's why a lot of people are afraid. Google has a reputation of trying something out, like any service, trying it out and then just discontinuing it out of the blue because it's not working out for them. They're not making as much money as what they thought. So they're known for doing that with some services. So I think that's why people were hesitant to even try Stadia.
Better they didn't want you listening. They didn't want to have Google listen to their conversations while he's playing video games.
Yeah, Google and Facebook are pretty bad about being nosy.
But yeah, it's that side of point. It's just one of those things to where, like I said, if it was going to do better, like I said, I understand that was their first take at it. So I don't have any doubt that they'll come back and make it better. But until that point, it is dead.
Yeah, and they say they may. I mean, they may not bring it back. They say they are, but me personally, I don't know if they will because they didn't do it didn't do as well as what they thought it would. I don't know if they'll bring it back or not because you have to have one of those. If you're going to play it on, say, their hardware, you have to have one of those Google things you plug into your TV. It's kind of like a Fire Stick, I guess, but I can't remember what they're called. But in their controller, they had a nice controller. It's a $70 controller, but if they don't bring the service back, it'll be worth less than a $20 Bluetooth adapter because it was made to connect directly to Wi-Fi so you don't have input lag through Bluetooth. So if they don't bring it back, then it's going to be pretty much useless.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I say if people paid that much for a controller, they'd probably just wind up in Bluetooth on it anyways, because at that point there really wouldn't be that much difference in between that and a normal, Xbox, PlayStation, or Switch controller.
Yeah.
But it just wouldn't be as good as actually having those controllers. But if you had one laying around, and it was there for a second player coming, to your house to play a game, then, that's pretty much what it'd be used for.
Yeah. Right.
Or to play games on your phone.
Yeah, like I said, Google Stadia in that perspective is pretty nice. You can just play AAA games, on your phone, but they only have so many games. They don't have every new game coming out. It's just certain games they can get licensing for. And it's kind of like, Game Pass, like xCloud. You can play that on your phone, but it's only certain games that they can get approved through the company.
Yeah, plus, I mean, yet again, like a previous topic, it's not that hard to call your handheld a console anymore, but your phone a console anymore. But it's still not. Phones still aren't fully equipped to play every single video game there is out there.
No. I mean, in the future, probably, because they'll start putting fans in phones, which they already do for some Android phones, actually dedicated gaming to Android phones. But saying like an iPhone in the next 20 years, maybe they'll start putting fans in them for gaming, but I don't know. Apple would probably have to come out with their own gaming service for that to happen. Now, Android, on the other hand, like, say, Samsung, next 20 years, probably start putting fans in all their phones for Android gaming. I don't know.
I mean, it would make sense.
Yeah.
Especially
and that'd be
if
an
it slowly
excuse for the companies to jack up the price on their phones even more than they already are.
Exactly.
All right. You have anything else on that topic?
Nope.
All right. Moving on. So whenever the new generation came out with the Xbox Series X and the PS5, some companies took the plunge to make their games $70 instead of the traditional $60. And we got our first $70 Nintendo Switch game, which isn't next gen, but it is still a $70 game. What's your opinion on that?
Well, the fact that it's a third-party title is stupid. I think Nintendo should make their first $70 game one of their exclusives.
Right.
Because that makes the most sense. That's what Xbox and PlayStation is doing. Well, I mean, minus the new Assassin's Creed is coming out. Or is that the game we're talking about here?
Nope. I'm talking about Skyrim.
Oh, yeah, Skyrim. I forgot. Yeah, the fact that it's the Elder Scrolls, right? So it's a remake?
Yeah, it's the Elder Scrolls Skyrim Anniversary Edition. That's what it is.
Wait, I always get confused on those things. Is the whole entire series called the Elder Scrolls, or are they called Skyrim? And then they got different names.
It's the Elder Scrolls, and then off of that is Skyrim. And
So
then
the
they have
technical
like
name
the
of the game
Elden
is Elder
Ring and stuff
Scrolls.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
different ones.
So yeah, in that case, that being a remake, the little bit of Skyrim that I did play, I wasn't too fond on. Robert came over and played it at my house one time and showed me what it was because he really enjoyed that game. But for me, I couldn't get into it, and I prefer to save it and get that weird look from people saying that I get from saying that I've never played it before.
Yeah, see, I'm the same way. I never got into Skyrim. I know some people were die-hard Skyrim fans, and they just played it all the time. It's, it's old. Like, I don't even know when it came out, but it's probably going on, what, probably 10 years or close?
I would feel comfortable saying that. Hold on.
Okay.
So I'll give you an exact answer.
Okay.
Skyrim release date 2011, so it's 11
11 years. Okay, so I was pretty close. All right. So, and then back then, open world games aren't what they are. You're used to open world games nowadays. So back then, Skyrim was like one of the first open world games that we're used to nowadays. So it was a huge thing, and everybody was playing, and everybody loved it. And me, I just couldn't get into it. So them coming out
probably
now,
could get into it now since
maybe
we are open world games, but at the time, yeah, it was too much to handle. We still preferred the simplicity of games.
Right. And am I paying $70 for it? No, I'm not.
That's right too. That's
for an 11-year-old game. No. Yeah, I'm not paying $70 for an 11-year-old game.
And I believe it's a port build up too, so it's not even built
like
up from
remade
the
or
ground
anything.
again.
Yeah. Not even, I mean, they might have bumped it up a little bit, but not putting a whole lot of work and time into it.
Yeah. Bad, and you think it would have released on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. So, in saying that, with the Switch, I guess in handheld mode, it would be the same as what it was on those consoles.
Yeah. I don't understand that. And with Skyrim being the first to do it, do you think developers or even Nintendo themselves will start trying to sneak in a $70 game here and there on the Switch?
I don't doubt it at all because obviously that's $20 more per game that they're going to get. Well,
Right.
$10 more a game they're going to get.
Yeah. So do you think it'll stay with third party, or do you think Nintendo will even try to say Tears of the Kingdom, $70?
We'll see how successful they are with selling these titles at that price because I think it's just a test thing. Because notice, I mean, like you said, this game is old. It's 11 years old next month. So, in saying that, like I said, they're pretty much going to, I think, test the waters to see who's going to do it. Because in today's time, if a lot of people don't like what you're doing, you're going to hear about it and you're going to pretty much get bullied into submission.
Right. I don't know. I think,
like you said, yeah, there's some people that's addicted to games, but yet again, it's not like drugs. It's not like you're going to have to try to get that fix.
And you have other ways to get that gaming fix rather than buying new games. You can always just emulate an older system, or if you have an older system laying around, just go and play a game real quick.
Exactly.
You don't have to buy a $70 game to get that fix if you already have games laying around.
Yep, and that's the beauty of video games, and that's also the reason why they're wanting to charge more for them too, is because the playability on these things before the game would technically go bad would be quite literally like percentages of pennies per the hours put in.
Yeah, I understand developers. It takes a lot of time to develop a game, and it takes a lot of money to develop a game. But they have a budget when they start, and like we said, it's not like this is a new game coming out. I understand maybe if it was a huge new Skyrim game coming out that's, just now releasing, brand new. No, I mean, but this is an 11-year-old game. I don't understand why they're trying to charge $70 for it. Yes, it's a special edition or whatever, but it's still 11 years old. Like that's if they they would say GTA 5 comes out for the Switch and it's GTA 5 premium edition or something. They're like, oh, it's $70. That's still an old game too, and they're coming out with GTA 6 in the next couple years or so.
As you say, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Elder Scrolls series. I mean, obviously they just had the Elden Ring, but I think they're about ready to get another title as well.
Yeah, and if you're going to pay $70 for a game, why don't you just go pick up Elden Ring? It's probably what, $60, I would say, like a normal game.
I would say, I mean, it's been out long enough. I mean,
About
it's
a
been
year
out
or
for
so.
almost a year now.
Yeah,
So I would say some places would have it for 40. Or,
yeah,
I
I
mean,
see
you
that's
can
what.
even march down to GameStop, get it, a pre-owned one for probably 30, 35.
Right, and they said that's a really, really good game, and they said Skyrim was too, but like we said, it's old. Go pick up the newest version. I mean, the newest Elden Ring. I mean, Elder Scrolls
That
game.
that could be the start of them coming to the Switch too, because you can't get any of the older titles or the Elden Ring on the Switch right now.
No, but maybe I'd if Elden Ring came to the Switch, I'd pick it up. I'd give it a try.
Yeah, I would too. But like I said, as far as pulling an 11-year-old game for that much money, it's just not going to happen. Like I said, I kind of understand what they done with Link's Awakening, but yet again, first party title, and it wasn't. I mean, it went from 2D to 3D,
Yeah, exactly.
so it made sense to pay $60 for it. But to literally to pay that much for a port that you can still boot up your 360 PlayStation 3 and still play this game. Like,
Yeah,
why
I
not
mean,
just do that?
exactly. If you already own it, then just play it on the system you already have it for instead of buying it for $70.
Because if you're getting it for the Switch, and like I said, if you're in handheld mode, you're getting the same graphics as what you would be on your 360 anyways.
Yeah, 720. Yep.
I mean, if you got it docked onto the TV, yeah, you're going to get that little bit of a boost, but is that little bit, is a little bit more graphic worth that much more money when that you already technically have it?
No, it's not.
And if you have Xbox Live, it's basically free at this point. You've had it for 11 years.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and move on. There's been a leak out. They're saying it's pretty much true, but it's still a leak. That Sony is thinking about remastering Horizon Zero Dawn for the PS5. Is Sony crazy for doing that?
Yeah, going back to the previous topic. So it makes sense for Skyrim to have a remake. Granted, $70 price point isn't that right for that price, but
Right.
Zero Dawn has only been out for 5 years.
Yep. Yeah, February 28th, 2017.
Yeah, so it's only been out for 5 years. So it's definitely too soon for a remaster, and it would make sense just to port it, and you'd probably get more sales, unless yet again they're trying to get a $70 price tag out of it, which isn't surprising because Sony has the most $70 games right now.
Right.
Enter your viral era. With Planoly, creators tripled their following on social media by posting weekly for 3 months. Organize content ideas, collaborate with your team, visually plan, and post for all your social channels in one place. From recommending trending videos to easily repurposing and auto-posting across channels, Planoly is with you every step of the way. Try all these features free for 7 days at Planoly.com. That's planoly.com and use code SOCIAL30 for 30% off all annual plans.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Yeah,
Well,
I seen that.
personally, it should be a port.
Yeah, I seen that. And I was like, it hasn't been out that long. Now, it looks like an amazing game. We aren't PS4 players, so we never played it, or at least I don't think you have. But I haven't. I've always wanted to try it. I thought about getting a PS4 just to try out this game because it looked awesome. It's like robot dinosaurs and stuff. It looked amazing. But it's only been out, like I said, 5 years. So why are you trying to remaster it unless, like you said, they're going for that $70 price tag? Now, they should take this time and effort they're putting on a remake to maybe remake a game that's older, like, say, in the PS2 era that people were begging for, and spend that time and money on that instead of a 5-year-old game. Or they should just spend that time and money on a new game. Because the sequel of Horizon Zero Dawn just came out recently for the PS5, but it don't even make sense why they're even doing that. It seems like the president at Sony is, I don't know, he doesn't have very good ideas in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're running out of ideas as a company. That's not what I'm saying at all. But the logical aspect of that is not there for that particular thing because, yet again, 5 years old. It's close enough. So it came out it didn't even release with the PS4. It was in the middle of its release. Like I think the Pro had just came out whenever it came out. So yet again, they could port it, add a little bit of buff to it to have that 4K instead of the 1080. Like it ain't that hard.
Right.
But remastering it from the ground up is kind of, just stupid since the capability's there. But like I said, my prediction is they're going for that $70 price tag.
Yeah, I agree. All right, we had a Nintendo Direct for the Mario movie on the 6th. What's your opinion on that trailer?
It was a decent trailer. I'm going to go. Well, the kids are still too young. I don't know if I'll necessarily go watch it in theater or not.
I know you're the movie
I'll
critic.
Watch it as soon as it comes out on streaming, even if I gotta rent it.
Right. Yeah, I know you're the movie critic, so I figured this would be a good one for you.
But Chris Pratt starring as Mario. I think they could have used an actual Italian guy, but they could just try to be normalizing Mario as just a normal plumber instead of an Italian plumber. Is right. My theory on it. But Jack Black is Bowser, so it's obviously going to be a comedy to a sense.
Right.
I know Chris Pratt's usually more known for quote unquote action being, in a part. I'm not going to say the Avengers. He's part of the MCU.
Yeah.
So, and MCU usually has their characters minus Deadpool as a non-comedic setup.
Yeah.
So they're usually just more thrived on action compared to comedy. And the fact that you paired him up with Jack Black, which is a known comedian and funny guy for all the movies that he plays in, I think it'll be a good match for him. But, just the overall tone of it, the graphics, like I said, they're super good graphics. But I think you should never outpass what your video games look like, which they do.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I understand, animations in movie and animations in video games are different, but at the same time, your movie should not look more realistic than your video games.
So you're saying they should tone it down a little bit?
Like I said, Sonic done it right, because how Sonic looks in that game, in the movie, he looks almost identical to in the not the live action games, but the video games, like the more recent video games.
Yeah.
Like that's a good combination. But Mario looks more cut and dry than what the Mario Odyssey does.
Right. I agree with that. Yeah, I think it's going to be an amazing movie. And when I seen Chris Pratt as Mario, I was surprised because, don't get me wrong, I love Chris Pratt as an actor. He does an amazing job in all the movies he does. But just when I think Chris Pratt, I don't think Mario, because like you say, he's not Italian. So I thought it would bother me, Mario not having an accent, but it didn't really, because like you said, I think they're just trying to modernize Mario, not trying to make him set any kind of race or
Demographic.
country. Yeah, exactly. Like, so I think Jack Black as Bowser, what we've seen, it might be a little bit more funny, but I think his voice fits Bowser with the little bit that I've seen. I didn't think it would, but I think it does after seeing the trailer, because just how, I guess, evil he sounds when he's doing Bowser, it just fits, I think. So good job on Bowser, but Chris Pratt, I think they could have found somebody else, but still Chris Pratt, he does a good job in all of his movies, so I think he'll still do a good job. It's just not what we're used to seeing with Mario.
Oh, definitely not. I mean, it's a huge jump from Star-Lord to Mario. I mean, still both, technical, made-up characters. That's what they have in common, but yet again, they're so far apart from what type of movie that it is.
Right, and
the fact that he's just voice acting and not actual physical acting.
right, yeah. But Nintendo had to approve all of the actors and everything, so they approved it. So I guess they know what they're doing.
They still missed a shot because they could have used Bowser as Bowser, their president in America.
Yeah, they could have. You think that's why they made him president?
I mean, obviously the guy worked with the company for a while. He didn't just go in and do it, but it is kind of ironic that the American president of Nintendo his last name is Bowser.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
I think it is pronounced differently than actual Bowser, but
everybody says Bowser though when they're talking about it.
Yeah, because it's spelt the same way, but I think it's pronounced Bowser.
Oh.
But still, it's spelt the same way, so it's just like, why not play that guy? Because you'll have that connection right there. But like I said, I'm a huge Jack Black fan, so I think it'll work out perfectly fine.
Summer said in our comments here, she said they picked them because they are both hilarious. So like you said, they're going for that comedy maybe than an actual serious Mario movie.
Which I think anything will be better than what they had in the 80s.
Oh, that was awful. That was awful.
Graphics are already better, but we'll see how the rest of the movie plays out.
Yeah, I think it'll work out. And then I'm hoping this will open a door to a Zelda movie.
I think Netflix is already flirting with that idea with Tom Holland as Zelda on Netflix.
Tom Holland needs to go somewhere. He's not even a good Spider-Man.
Well, you think that's another technical MCU person flirting around with Nintendo.
Yeah, he's not even good at being Spider-Man, so how's he going to be Link? That's my opinion. Yeah. A lot of people love him. I just don't. I like the first round of Spider-Man with, what was it, Tobey Maguire or something like that. But
yeah,
he was the best, in my opinion.
Yet again, you ask Rowan who the best Spider-Man is. If he was in here with us, he would definitely not agree with us, but it's the generation he was born in.
Yeah. All these little kids need to go back and watch good movies.
Oh, shoot. Well, what's bad, Rowan is the one that's watched all of them, probably more than what we have combined.
Yeah, you're right. You're probably right, because he's always loved superheroes.
That was his favorite superhero growing up.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it was definitely just rumors, as Summer said, with the Tom Holland being Link in, not Zelda. It'd be kind of funny if they did make him Zelda, though. That would be more comedic, I think.
That'd be more fitting. He looks like a girl, as scrawny as he is.
They have him as Link in the Netflix series of what all the rumors are going around.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll go through. Like I said, it's just rumors, but I'd love to see an actual movie. Like to they're doing with the Mario. But all right, moving on. The Dead Space Remake Collector's Edition. Did you see that?
I did. Not
You think
until
it-
you sent me what we were supposed to be studying for, but I did.
Do you think it is overpriced for a remake?
I mean, yeah, the game's a remake, remaster, whatever it is, but you get all kinds of stuff with it. Like, I think there's like 13 total items that came with it. So, I mean, for the economy nowadays, $275 isn't actually that bad. Am I going to go out there and pay for it? No. But is it a bad deal for all the stuff that you do get? It's not a bad deal.
Yeah, and I took a screenshot of everything that it includes, and everything that it includes, you know, it's reasonable what they're asking for. So this is for the Xbox edition, but you can get it for PS5 or whatever. But the physical copy of the game, and then you get a Dead Space Collector's Edition box. You get an Isaac helmet, full-size wearable helmet with working lights. And then you get a Dead Space CD soundtrack. You get a lithograph print, foil stamped lithograph folio, 4 mini posters, and then you get a patch, a marker enamel pen, metal 4-inch marker statue, and a Dead Space steelbook. So including all of that, even just the helmet itself with working lights, that's awesome.
Yeah, and you think, so in theory, obviously, buying that collector's edition, you're not saying if the game costs $60 or $70. But so in theory, if the game was to cost $70, so that's still $205 that are in use for this math. And everything you named off, if you was to buy it individually, I say the price tag buying everything individually would probably be closer to $400.
Yeah, so I mean, for all of that you're getting, that's a great price. And if it was coming out for Switch, I'd pick it up. I'm a fan of Dead Space. I played the first, the original 3 that came out, and they were good games. So I'd pick it up.
I wouldn't buy all the collector stuff.
Yeah, collectors. I only get collectors in certain circumstances. Like I wanted the Link's Awakening collector's edition, but for one, I didn't have the money, and two, the one America got versus the one that Europe got. America got the sucky one, and Europe got the better one, so I didn't pick it up. But yeah, the Dead Space collector's edition looks awesome, and we will have an affiliate link soon on that, so keep watch for that.
That's right. Don't cost you an extra dime.
That's right, and it helps us out. All right, moving on real quick. Trying to move through these a little fast. There was a new Need for Speed game coming out. Well, the release trailer says it's coming out soon. It is called Need for Speed Unbound, coming out December 2nd, 2022. What's your take on that?
I mean, timeline of all the Need for Speeds coming out, it matches up with everything else because it comes out 3 years after Heat. I think before Heat it was 3 years, which they used, like back when they first started, back when we was growing up, they was releasing every year and a half to 2 years.
Yeah.
But obviously games have got bigger over time and everything else, so I mean, it's been 3 years since the last one. Granted, I haven't played a Need for Speed since Hot Pursuit 2 on the GameCube. Okay. But I mean, they still have their place. I mean, I'm still more of a Forza person in today's time. Me too.
Yeah, they're better Need for Speed, hands down. But not everybody has an Xbox.
So. Was definitely great back in the day. I mean, they're still great. They still got a huge following. It's just not my cup of tea anymore.
Right. Okay. So in recent years, there's not been a lot that EA has done right. They seem to be messing up a lot and screwing players over, but they usually do a good job with Need for Speed. I will say that the character models look cartoony compared to the car models, but that's fine. You don't see the people a whole lot. So it's pretty cool. I might pick it up, depending, but I might wait for a sale. I'll say that. I'm not gonna pick it up launch day or nothing. I'm not gonna pre-order it, but I may wait for a sale and pick it up and just try it out, do a review on it or something. And
But if you guys want to pick it up, we'll have a link to it down below.
oh yeah, for sure. Be looking out for that. But real quick, there's two right answers to this question. What is the best Need for Speed game? Just go ahead.
There's two right answers? That's an
Two right
opinion.
answers. No, it's not. There's two right answers.
Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2.
Mm-hmm.
What's the second one?
All right. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 and Need for Speed Undercover are the two best.
Okay.
That's not an
I've
opinion.
never
That's a
played
fact.
Undercover.
That's a
I
fact.
watched you guys play it. I've never played it.
On the 360, it was amazing. It was so good. But Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2, I poured hours and hours into that game on the GameCube.
Yeah. Plus, that was the first one where you could switch in between being a driver and being a cop, wasn't it?
I believe so. Which they did remake Hot Pursuit 1, so I'm hoping that EA will come out and remake Hot Pursuit 2. I'm hoping. But it being EA, probably not.
I mean, yet again, that I've been there every year, Madden. That's really the only game they're ever successful on.
Yeah, I mean, and if you count the Sims, I hate the Sims, but Summer, listening right now, she loves the Sims. She'll buy every one that comes out if I'd let her. But Sims is a terrible game, but Summer loves it.
I mean, I never really got into The Sims. I think I only played it once, and I think Elijah had it and put it in my GameCube and played it one time. And it was cool for what it was at the time, but I have a hard enough time living in natural life, let alone trying to keep somebody virtually alive.
I know. And we're going over, but it's fine. Just real quick, we'll get a piece of this week's news in. I don't know if you've seen it, but I'm hoping it'll be a surprise to you. Bayonetta 3 coming out this month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
28.
Yes. So did you see that the original voice actor for the first two Bayonetta games and for Smash Ultimate is not returning because Platinum Games was only going to pay her $4,000 to voice act Bayonetta 3. So she is requesting everybody to boycott Bayonetta 3 because she's not in it. What do you think about that?
I actually seen it. I didn't really pay attention to it just because I kept on scrolling because I was actually doing research for the other topics. But
Okay.
I did see where that was a thing. And, she's being kind of greedy at that point just because she is voice acting. It's not like it's a mainstream movie. Yeah, she's famous. She's made Bayonetta famous for the voice. But as far as me playing that game, I play it for the hack and slash of it. I don't play it because
For the voice?
her voice.
Right.
Like, I could play that game on silent and I would still get as much enjoyment out of it because half the time I'm reading the story as it goes anyways. I got the little subtext at the bottom, so I'm still going to be catching what's going on. I don't necessarily have to hear her talk to do it. And like I said, it's not really like she says much in the game. Yeah, if you're actually paying attention to the story, but yet again, it's a hack and slash game. It's not like it's a Zelda where you actually have to read and figure out where you're going with it. You just hack and slash, and you're going to eventually go down to where you need to go down to.
Right. Yeah.
But, the gaming company is being cheap by not paying her more, especially in today's time, but it's not like she says more than 10 quotes anyways throughout the whole entire subject of the game.
Right. And I did see a lot of people online that were so mad about this. They showed a screenshot of them canceling their pre-order and stuff. But in the long run, I don't think it'll affect sales that much because, like you said, who buys a game because, oh man, this woman is voice acting in this game. I got to pick it up. That's not why people buy games. They buy it for the experience, not for the voice. So eventually, I'm not going to say most, but a lot of gamers don't even follow gaming news, so they're not even going to know that she was ripped off, only going to get $4,000 or whatever. So they're going to pick up the game because it's Bayonetta 3, not because of who's voice acting it.
Yeah.
And
like PlayStation disbanding whoever voices the God of War character and, not paying him as much. You're still going to buy God of War because it's a hack and slash.
Because people love the game. You're going to pick it up.
If you love that style of game, you're going to buy it regardless.
And that's just business as usual. Really, is it sad? Yeah, ripping off people's sad, but that's just business. Businesses do that. They save money where they can. So,
but where they're licensed to the character, they may not even really need her voice near as much because they can just pull from the other two games.
Right. They can play from the pre-recorded.
Because they own the rights to her.
Right. They own the rights to her voice in those first two games. So they can just pull whatever they want from those games and play it in the new game.
Plus, if I'm not mistaken, they're still going to pay her royalties. So she was still got to cut out every single game that was sold.
Yeah, and she would have got $4,000 up front. I mean, yeah, that's probably not a lot for voice acting.
Much money up front, but in reality, if she was getting royalties from the game, like I read, it's and usually Bayonetta sell a lot of titles.
Yeah,
especially since it's going to be on the Switch now.
It's exclusive to the Switch.
Time it releases on all the consoles, she would make her money.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just a stupid thing for her to ask people to boycott. Some will, because people are like that. Some people will, but is it going to affect the sales that much? No, I don't think so. Will I still buy it? Yes, eventually.
Speaking of sales, check it out on the link below because we are going to put it down anyways for the pre-order.
Oh, it's down. It's in there.
Don't you forget about it. We agree with paying people, but at the same time, it's just, as Ashton said, it's business. So
right.
Buy the game.
Buy the game. Link. Buy the game from our link. Don't buy it from just Amazon. Don't buy it from GameStop. Buy it from us.
You will be buying it from Amazon, but you'll be buying it from our affiliate with Amazon.
Right. So, yeah, do that. Pre-order it through Amazon, through us. But like Summer said in the comment below, she said that it sounds like she's being a little prideful. She says she gets the pay issue, but at the same time, people are still going to play it if someone else voices that character. And that's true. That's what we're saying. Just nobody buys the game because a specific person is voice acting the game.
No, you go watch movies for that. You don't go play video games
right.
for that.
So you're saying nobody's going to buy the Guardians of the Galaxy game because Chris Pratt wasn't the voice actor in it?
Exactly.
So people bought Guardians of the Galaxy the game because it's a good game, not because whoever is voice acting or is not voice acting. I don't believe any of the characters in Guardians of the Galaxy game are the actual actors in the movie.
Nope, not particularly, not usually.
So,
maybe a Deadpool video game would probably have Ryan Reynolds, but that just fits. But other than that, that's really the only reason.
Right. I
think the most recent Deadpool game that came out in 2010 don't even have him voice acting.
Usually, they just get whoever for games because nobody really cares.
Basically, as far as humans go, from basically a baby, we learn how to mimic. So, with any training, you can pretty much try to almost sound like anybody there is.
Right, exactly.
Close enough to get by for a video game anyways.
Yep. All right. You have anything else?
Nope. I believe that's all we got time for, though.
Oh, yeah, we went over, but that's all right. It was our first one, making up for, 2 weeks, I guess. So
yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, just go subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, all of that social media stuff. And just if you're going to buy a new game, use our affiliate links. It helps us out at no additional cost to you. And go listen to Furious Quick, go listen to Rylan on YouTube, or watch it rather, but go subscribe to him. It helps him out. And that's it.
Join our TikTok too, even though we haven't done any physical videos, but when we do, we're going to post them and cut them down to it.
Yep. This is our first live audio. We're working our way up to videos. We're just doing audio right now, but eventually we'll get there.
We should be like that one YouTuber that waited like 7 years to show the audience their faces.
Yeah. Or even when we do the live video, we can just do from like the neck down or something. Not even sure if it just the.
That's right. Just show them our titties.
That's right. You like titties. I know you do.
All right. Later, guys.
See you guys.
Enter your viral era. With Planoly, creators tripled their following on social media by posting weekly for 3 months. Organize content ideas, collaborate with your team, visually plan, and post for all your social channels in one place. From recommending trending videos to easily repurposing and auto-posting across channels, Planoly is with you every step of the way. Try all these features free for 7 days at Planoly.com. That's planoly.com and use code SOCIAL30 for 30% off all annual plans.
Ew, gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks, boys.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times, but the odor won't come out.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried Downy Rinse and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them.
Wow, it worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in 1 wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who specialize in saving the day and for the ones who've mastered the art of keeping business moving. We offer industrial-grade supplies for every industry with same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, all backed by real people ready to help. So you can get the right answers and products right when you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.